Let's go. Bet.
Welcome to Danang City. This video is sponsored by the Risemount and Vicoland Group. My name is Ty, and today I'm going to show you a series of apartments in Danang City. Vietnam has been growing very fast, and Danang City has grown even faster than the entire country itself. Therefore, I'm really excited to show you what we have in store today. Danang has grown so fast over the last few years, and it makes it a very attractive spot for foreign investors. So we're gonna go up to this building right here, and we're gonna show you what these apartments look like. So, one of the most common questions is that, why do people invest in Danang City? It is actually one of the most, well-known city. It's really developing fast, and it's catching the eyes of international investors, particularly in Southeast Asia. If you're a foreigner, you come in here and you want to, get your hands into the project like the Movenpick Han Riverside Hotel, you want to be able to secure your spot, and by doing that, you put you put down like $5,000 or 100 million Vietnam dong to secure your spot. And within 2 weeks after you've made that purchase, you would make 25%. It's a payment schedules that goes on until the completion of the project. That is 100% true for many different developers, not just this one, because it's the standard how people actually do business here, and it's fine. So looking at if you're gonna go in for $150,000 and you have a year to make sure that you come up with that amount of cash, you can do your financial planning during that point of time. So with something like that, 225 units, I believe, is going to be sold out very quickly. The whole sales and purchasing process should be very, very clear. Those contracts are usually in English and Vietnamese, so the developer are obligated to do that for foreign buyers. And if you have questions, obviously you can appoint an attorney to go and look at the contracts before you sign it and get it notarized. Now, for corporate investors, I've seen, and I might as well just share this as well. Retail investor, I've spoken a good amount of time, but for corporate investors, they usually come in and they take the entire floor or 2 or 3, depending on what their intention is. Some people come in, they buy 2, 3 floors, say that their purchase price was $1 million for those 3 floors, and they've made $500,000 of payments. A lot of the time, there's another player that comes in, and instead of just going around buy every single apartment from various sellers, they just want to buy it from like one guy, and they'll pay a premium for it. So say somebody, is projected to pay $1 million for 3 floors, they already pay $500,000. The project is almost done. You got a guy coming in here saying that, okay, we value your assets at $700,000. So we're gonna pay you $700,000, take that contract away from you. We're gonna be the new owners of the 3 floors. Because they do value, they're betting on the future, right? So you're buying 3 floors, it's obviously at wholesale price. So you're getting a great deal from the investors, the developer, because you're taking volumes. And some guy may say that $1 million, when it's finished, it's gonna be 2. And 5 years from now, it's gonna be 3. So they do the math problem of making an offer that they feel comfortable with based on their economic forecast. So we do see a lot of that on the wholesale side. And sometimes they might just buy it and then split it up and resell them later and make a good profit then. And so those are the kind of deals that I do see. They'll offer a much higher price, but to the guy who came in first, because he got a good deal, right? And as the development goes through, there's a lot of economics that is affecting the price of their current contract of that 3 floors. So considering the $1 million assets was bought out for $1.2 million during the phase of constructions, and that's just kind of, buy-sell strategy is extremely common here. I understand the investment environment well enough for me to have a thorough discussions on the legality of the environment. Especially if you're new here and you don't understand the environment, it's tough. Even if you like the place, you want to be extremely careful on where you diversify your money, because at the end of the day, those are hard-earned money. They are sometimes your life savings, so you don't want to lose it all on one bet. particularly in an environment that you have no idea or you have very little about. Yeah, so that's just my 2 cents on the real estate sector here. It is growing fast. Let's just reiterate that. I believe Vietnam last year was, they welcomed 16 million guests. That's 20% increase from the previous year. And I think this, when we hit to the end of 2019, I think that number is going to be quite consistent from last year. In Danang in particular, I think, I'm not sure if I said this before, but the tourism rate of foreigners coming in here grew 23% last year. And the tourism rate for domestic travelers to Danang grew 12%. That is a very, very, very good number. And the economy is benefiting from these tourists. And I believe that in the next few years is going to be like that. When infrastructure are built out, when more international companies are coming in here, you need to raise the standard. And I'm talking about the Danang government. They're gonna have to raise the standard of servicing these people. And if you service them well, they tend to stay here and they tend to talk about to their friends. But if you don't, then they'll find another place to situate. So, I'm very optimistic about how the local government is handling all international businesses, and the Department of Tourism, and as well as planning and investment. They're extremely supportive of people who come here and help the city grow in the years ahead. So without further ado, I do hope to see you in the next videos. It's obviously going to be a different topic that we're going to cover. It's really still want to tackle the investment and the real estate side, because I think these are topics that are extremely interesting to me, because I think sharing information and sharing correct information is really important. And I do hope that you guys find it useful, and if you do, have a topic in mind that you want me to share, I'm already here, so I might as well do it. Let me know, and I will try to see if I can come up with enough content that I can just pour it on a video. I hope to see you on the next videos. Take care.